Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. Today, I'm going to be speaking a little bit about what King Charles has coming up and the backlash that is coming the Sussexes' way due to their trying to chase disaster to help their own PR. It is the low of the low. How could you? How could you? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get into it. Well, it looks like King Charles has already started planning his first trip of 2025. It's been confirmed by the palace that the monarch is going to be traveling in a few days. King Charles is going to be going to Poland later this month to mark the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau, the former German Nazi concentration camp. He's going to attend a commemoration service at the Auschwitz-Birkenau Museum and Memorial in Poland on January 27th. Now, prior to the commemoration, the king will meet members of the local community in Krakow. He will also meet with President of the Republic of Poland, Mr. Duda, and the visit will be the king's fifth to Poland. It will mark the king's first overseas trip in 2025 after palace insiders indicated that the monarch would be embarking on a normal schedule of foreign tours this year. This announcement comes as the king prepares to host a Holocaust Museum and education event at Buckingham Palace later today. Now, what I wanted to say about the king and what he is doing, it makes a lot of sense that the king would go and visit this memorial and then offer up a way to help continue the education and purpose of visiting this memorial. And I'm happy to see the king do this, and it's relevant to his work. And this is what they also say, that the organizations that the king is going to be helping to educate future generations with other organizations about the Holocaust for this event to mark the Holocaust Memorial Day. Now, this organization is also going to showcase creative initiatives that are being developed in the UK to ensure the experiences of the Holocaust survivors are passed on for years and years to come. And then, we have this contrast to what Harry and Meghan are doing in LA. And so Harry and Meghan setting up shop in California as these lone wolves, they have no association to any organizations in the area, to the people. There's no support behind Harry and Meghan to make them relevant to even be at ground zero where these fires are happening to help support the firefighters and the people who have been struck by this disaster. And that's how you can see how they're trying to elevate themselves, because behind their work is just what they're trying to do to make money. And this is what people see. I was speaking to a friend of mine who lives in Los Angeles, and he doesn't really follow the royals. He just knows what I tell him. But even he can see, why are they here? Nobody wants them. They are trying to help themselves. And this is how it's completely over for Harry and Meghan. It is over. No amount of trying to save your reputation on the backs of this disaster, of these wildfires, is going to help you make the money you need to make to be independent and free of the monarchy, because that was always the initial goal. And with that goal in mind, it tells you everything you need to know about these two when they try to come out and portray themselves as sympathizers to what has happened with these fires. And what I love is the fact that they were called out by Justine Bateman, who has a big hand in Hollywood. She is very well respected, and her brother Justine Bateman, they are people that are very talented, and they've been around since they were kids in the industry. And so their connections to Hollywood is very deep rooted. And when someone of this level comes out and speaks out against what you're doing, you don't have a chance in Hollywood. And I think it's entertaining to watch them go out and try to save their reputations. And when you look at Harry, he looks defeated. He really does. I mean, he looks so deflated and not really there in the moment with Meghan, in conjunction with Meghan as a team. It is at an all-time low. The relationship with Harry and Meghan as a couple, and I think Harry in California in general, trying to salvage his reputation. But let's just look at what Justine has said, because I think this is the kind of outspokenness that we need to hear. We need people like Justine to come out and to really speak about their thoughts on what they see. Because you look at Harry and Meghan out here superficially showing up with cameras to document their performative morality, to come out and to hug someone that is really in your group, someone that you're leaving with. You're not there visiting her. She's leaving with you. But yet this whole hugging her and rubbing her back and trying to show this compassion for a woman that is actually going with you as you leave doesn't show that you are there to support people that have been affected by these disasters. You are using this moment to help you with your image. Meghan has done this before. We've seen it. So what has Justine Bateman said? Well, they were brutally savaged by a Hollywood actress who labeled them disaster tourists. But actress Justine Bateman, she took to X to criticize the couple, dubbing their appearance as repulsive photo op. She wrote, Meghan and Harry are no better than ambulance chasers. What a repulsive photo op they achieved. They are touring the damage. Are they politicians now? They don't live here. They are tourists, disaster tourists. And they were contacted for comment, but they didn't say anything. And this just has to give Harry more ammunition to think, man, I messed up. Harry just must be thinking, I have really done a doozy, because as I'll be telling in another video, it looks like the king is going to, or not the king directly, but I think indirectly, William is going to have a hand in this to oust Harry from the will of King Charles, which I'm sure is weighing heavily on Harry right now. And so when you see people like Justine Bateman coming out and calling you out, and you don't even retaliate and say anything like, well, you know, I'm really here because I want to help. How dare you criticize me? Like, they say nothing. You know why? Because they know it's true. They know it's true. And Meghan canceling her show premiere on January 15th and moving it to March just elevates the fact that, you know, she thinks it's about her. You know, I'm sure there are other shows that are going to still go forward. What makes you think that you need to postpone your show? Because it's not about you, Meghan. Have your show in January, have it in March, have it never. Nobody is going to care, because it's not about you, Meghan Markle. It's about the serious disaster that is happening that you have no community connection to. As a matter of fact, there's an article that has come out that talked about how Harry and Meghan really are not even a part of the community. They have been blasted for not even showing themselves or coming out with their children to be a part of the community in these social settings. So much so that they're saying that they're not even needed in this community. We don't need you in Montecito. You are not really a part of this community. Why are you trying to market yourself around this community that you don't even participate in? And so that happened prior to the fires. And so now when people see them come out to rally around these different areas that are affected by the fires, they wonder, why are you here? You don't have an active hand in this community to relevate or to bring relevance to your being here. It's not important for you to even be here. You're not on behalf of the monarch, the king. You're not an extension of what is happening with the real royals. You're here to elevate yourself, to make money, to be independent from the royal family. And so, you know, it's like you really are showing yourself to be the hypocrites that you are by just showing up. And I love it, because it's like, it's over. It is over for you, Harry and Meghan. But, like myself and others, we talk about this and it's entertaining. It's like, oh, okay. You're going to go out and try to make yourself look like you are sympathizers to the people who are affected by this disaster. We get it. The community, the people see what you're doing. You are not fooling anybody. Nobody's fooled by this nonsense. Like, we looking at you and think, excuse me, are we supposed to now feel sorry for you now because you are so traumatized by this disaster? You trying to pay your bills. You are trying to make money to look like a sympathizer. And I'm so glad Justine Bateman called them out, because that's exactly what needs to happen. And more people need to do it. More people need to do it. And I think what is so telling is that people in Hollywood don't want to work with them because they are toxic. Because the minute anybody associates in a positive way to Harry and Meghan, they then are savaged for helping these people or to align themselves with Harry and Meghan, because they are a disaster. Jennifer Garner was there, and she really looked like she was there to really help and support, and even said, I'm gonna use my A-level status to get access to help.
It's like you need to do something with your hands, and so I took advantage a little bit of celebrity privilege and called Chef and said, please, can I come with you?
Like, she called it out like what it is, for real, for real. And, I think Harry and Meghan have just, it's over. No amount of going out there and trying to make yourselves appear sympathetic to help and support is going to save your reputation. You have lost it. You are done. It is over.
It's over.
The lift to get you back in the good graces of anything is going to be way too heavy for you to try to make any momentum to get yourselves back to really being looked at as real thought leaders and people that are really to be respected, because you're moving your show, having separate professional careers, like all this nonsense, trying to even say, I believe, even do reshoots of Meghan's trailer and of the show, because she knows it's not being received very well. So she's trying to use this extra time to change things up, to make it better, because there were talks of her trying to fire her marketing team and to make some changes. So the canceling of this show for the fire's sake is really just an extension of time to help try to make changes to really make it better, the show, because she knows it's been poorly received. It is a hot mess, y'all. It is a hot mess. And no amount of trying to put out this fire of Harry and Meghan that they've caused is going to cause anything to change. Your careers, your life in America is over. It is on fire. It is gone up in flames. You will not be able to save your careers in America. Okay, let's just look. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for you. But guess what? It's fun watching you try. It is so fun watching you try. Okay? Keep trying, Harry and Meghan. Keep trying. It's not going to help. Okay? And I will see you all in the next video.